All right, we just wrapped up Sunday night of week 6 in the NFL, and it was another long Sunday, kicking it off early in London, going through to Sunday night. And yeah, I'm just going to go through, give you my instant reactions to the games on Sunday. Let's hop on into it. Okay, first game up across the pond, Jags and the Bears. Bears throttle the Jaguars. This is it. Doug Peterson, I don't think he's making it back from London. This was just an abysmal, pathetic performance. Bears, carving it up. You got to love the schedule makers. They gave the Bears some real soft cupcakes to start this season, and we've seen the offense really develop in it. We get behind a run game, another nice day for DeAndre Swift. Caleb Williams lights it up. 23 of 29, 226, and 4 tutties. Did have a pick earlier in the game, but cleaned it up. And then Keenan Allen, 2 touchdowns. Welcome back on the Jags' hand. Awful. 20 carries for 68 yards. Couldn't run the ball. Trevor Lawrence wasn't good. Receivers dropped a million passes. Evan Ingram had a nice day, but a lot of that was in garbage time. Yeah, the Jaguars are awful, man. I don't know what to say else besides that. Okay, Packers thump the Cardinals at home, and this was kind of predictable. Another letdown spot. Cardinals coming off a huge emotional division win, coming back against the 49ers, and they laid another egg. The Packers defense feasted again, forcing turnovers. Kyler Murray wasn't great, 22 of 32. 214, 1 touchdown. He looked all sorts of out of whack. They couldn't protect him really. Call of Duty announced the Call of Duty sponsorship. He's probably been gaming all week. Jordan Love, nice day, 4 touchdowns and a pick. Kind of got bailed out with just some abysmal defensive plays. He's running around, just huck it up there, screw it, somebody's down there. Dobbs probably down there somewhere. He had a pair of touchdowns coming back from suspension. The running game, nothing much to speak of. Emmanuel Wilson actually did something here. I like the 7 carries for 54 yards. Josh Jacobs, this is bad, man. They got to figure something out there. But the defense, live and die by the turnover. They forced more turnovers again today. I think they had one turnover, 2 maybe. I don't know. They were forcing turnovers again. It's the typical, Green Bay, what they do. The three fumble recoveries for the Green Bay Packers. So yeah, forcing plenty of turnovers. Defense good. Packers got a tough game finally. I feels like next week against the Texans. Okay, Colts and Titans. This was easily the worst game of the day. I didn't watch too much of this one. I'm going to have to go back and watch it more in depth. But yeah, Colts beat the Titans. Will Levis is going to be Will Levis. 96 yards passing. What an elite game from Will Levis. Threw another horrible interception. I saw that one. Joe Flacco threw a pick. Had 2 touchdowns on the day. They can't really run the ball without Jonathan Taylor, Indianapolis. Now, Tennessee's defense isn't abysmal. They're okay. They're fine, but not much getting going here. Calvin Ridley, no receptions here. He had a real interesting post-game comment. It just feels real bad in Tennessee. Good for the Colts, though. Somehow the Colts are 3-3. Like, what? This Colts team is not good whatsoever. But with Joe Flacco, I guess the offense is more competent. Michael Pittman caught a touchdown even though he wasn't supposed to play all week. Thanks a lot, fantasy owners. Pollard, almost 100 yards. That's about the one bright spot for this Tennessee team, and the defense isn't a train wreck, but man, this is just hard football to watch. Okay, Texans take care of the Patriots in New England, 41-21. First win for the Texans ever in New England, so good for them. And the big news, Drake May's first NFL start didn't look bad. 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, had 38 yards on the ground, was the leading rusher for the Patriots. This offensive line is just so bad in New England. All the Patriots fans will tell you that the offensive line is bad and they shouldn't have left Drake May out to the Wolves. And honestly, I don't think he looked bad. I think he looked good. Had a really, really nice touchdown pass to Kayshon Boutte that was 40 yards long. Absolute dot for them. CJ Stroud, another strong day. 3 touchdowns, threw a pick there. Davis Mills comes in, finishes up the game. Joe Mixon back, 100 yards and a touchdown. This is what this Texans offense has been missing. A number 1 running back, consistency from that just makes life so much easier. No Nico Collins, no problem. Diggs and Tank Dell both with a touchdown filling in. Mixon with 2, he even had a receiving touchdown. So this is what you want to see from the Texans. And honestly, I'd feel pretty optimistic if I'm a Patriots fan because from what I saw, I don't think Drake May played bad whatsoever. Okay, another first NFL start for Spencer Rattler and the Saints, but the Buccaneers take down the Saints 51-27 in New Orleans. This was a wacky game. Bucks jump out to a 17-0 lead. Then the Saints score 27 in the second quarter. After the Bucks tack on another one, the Saints are up 27-24 going into the half. Just a wildly entertaining first half. Baker Mayfield's throwing balls. They're getting tipped. They're going up. He has a Brett Favre day, 325, 4 touchdowns. 3 picks. It was just a crazy game. The Saints ran back a punt with Rashid Shaheed. Just a wildly entertaining game. But the Buccaneers clamped down, outscored them 27-0 in the second half. Spencer Rattler was okay, but they couldn't get anything going on the ground. 13 carries for 40 yards for Alvin Kamara. It was just, there wasn't a whole lot there. Chris Olave goes out of the game early with a concussion. There's already a very limited receiving core out there. No Taysom Hill. He's got the bad ribs. Chris Godwin, another awesome day. Mike Evans, not good. It's getting a little concerning, but Chris Godwin's filled in very nicely as your number 1 receiver. And look at this. Sean Tucker had a touchdown. I think he had a touchdown pass as well. He did. He had 2 touchdowns on the day. He was something, man. Bucky Irving looked good. No Rachaad White. Rachaad White's kind of the odd man out in this backfield. It was a good win for the Bucs. They're 4-2 and atop the NFC South. Great win for the Bucs. Okay, this game was terrible. Eagles and the Browns. My God. I don't know what to say. Deshaun Watson's the worst quarterback in the NFL. The Browns defense and special teams outscored the offense today. Myles Garrett blocks a field goal like a savage, jumping over the line, and they run it back for a touchdown right before the half. Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdowns, get both his boys back, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, catch a touchdown. Really helped having A.J. Brown back. Couldn't get anything going with Saquon on the ground today. It was a really, really tough 36 carries, 116 yards. That's like grind it out type bad. But the Browns offense is so bad. Deshaun Watson is the worst. It's just so bad. It's so bad. I can't watch. He's the worst. God, I hate him. No running game again for the Browns. It's hard to run on the Eagles, but Nick Sirianni's getting fired up at the crowd chanting fire Sirianni because they're tied at half with the Browns, and then he's freaking out because they won by 4. Congratulations, you beat the worst team in football by 4 points. Yeah, Eagles, these are bad. This is just bad, man. Eagles, I'm concerned if I'm an Eagles fan. And the Browns, welcome back to being the Browns. Okay, the most anticipated game of the early window, maybe of the day, Commanders and the Ravens battle of the DMV, and it was a good game, honestly. Never felt like Washington was a real threat to win this game. They just kind of hung around. The Ravens kind of kept them at arm's length, push them like, we're a better team, we know we're a better team. But Washington's a good young and upcoming team. I thought Jaden Daniels was sharp today, another 2 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin had an insane catch at the back of the end zone. He had 2 touchdowns today, but that second one was ridiculous. Really hurt they couldn't get a running game going. Baltimore has a good run defense, but no Brian Robinson. Kind of really hurt them. Brian Robinson's their running back. You have guys like Eckler and Jeremy McNichols. You're not going to get much going there with those kind of scat backs, pass catching guys. Derrick Henry was a manimal, $137, 2 touchdowns. We know the Commanders defense isn't good. They've been good the last 2 weeks. Lamar, the interception wasn't even really Lamar's fault. Another really strong day, 323, had a touchdown. Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews caught it. Mark Andrews caught a touchdown. Zay Flowers had a really nice day. Welcome back. That's 2 guys who have been missing for the Ravens. So all in all, just felt like the Ravens are a Super Bowl contending team and the Commanders are a young, up-and-coming good team, and that's kind of how this game felt. Okay, Chargers take care of business in Denver, 23-16. Don't keep telling me how great Sean Payton is. Keep telling me how an offensive genius is. This game was 23-0. This game was over. Denver scores 16 in the fourth quarter, all garbage points. This team can't run the football, really. I mean, Bo Nix, you're leading with 6 carries for 61 yards. Their running backs can't do anything. Cortland Sutton had an insane touchdown catch because all he does is catch touchdowns. Ball in the end zone. Ridiculous grab. I do love me some Cortland Sutton. But yeah, a beat-up, ugly game for the Chargers. Justin Herbert was fine. 237 and a touchdown. Lost his top 2 receivers. Quentin Johnson went out. Lad McConkey went out. J.K. Dobbins, awesome day on the ground. Another 25, 96 and a touchdown. So we got Simi Fehiko as your leading receiver over here. Kamani Vidal, the rookie running back, had a really nice touchdown catch. Good job by the Chargers, man. This is such a well-coached unit. Good defensive performance. This game was never close. It never felt like it was in any sort of doubt. Good win for the Chargers. All right, new quarterback for the Raiders and same old Raiders. Pittsburgh took care of business, 32-13. Game got a little, it was kind of lackadaisical there. It's, 7-12 going into half. It's like, oh, what's going on here? Then, they scored 10-10 in the second half. Great run by Najee Harris. He's over 100 yards, has a touchdown. Justin Fields runs for another pair, throws for 145. It was looking a little sketchy there, is Russell Wilson about to come in? He threw Fields had an interception called back on a penalty. It was like, are they going to go to Russell Wilson here? But no, Fields does his job. George Pickens, 3 catches, 53 yards. I mean, I own multiple of these guys are on my fantasy team, and I don't know why. Pittsburgh can't throw the football. Defense does a good job. Aiden O'Connell wasn't good. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 227. Brock Bowers is about the only bright spot on this Vegas team. They're definitely going to trade Max Crosby, even though they said there's a report like they're not going to trade Crosby. Devontae Adams may not get traded. Alec Pierce, wide receiver for the Colts. Antonio Pierce feels way over his head as a head coach. His roster isn't good. He just, it never works. The rah-rah emotional guy who's the interim head coach never works long-term as a head coach. I think the Raiders are going to fire him probably by the end of next season after, just bad teams and bad performances. How about them Cowboys? Man, oh man, what an embarrassing loss. The Lions dismantle the Cowboys in Dallas. Has there been a worse team at home than the Cowboys? This was a team that was unbeatable in Dallas, and now they can't even tie their shoes, it feels like. They've been outscored 53 points in the first half of games at home this season. Just pathetic, pitiful. Lions abused this team all day. Dak wasn't good, 2 interceptions. Dak playing from behind, terrible. He needs cupcake defenses. This team couldn't run the ball whatsoever. They're trying to get Zeke involved. 8 carries. 17 yards for Zeke. Way to go, Jerry. Rico Dowdle doesn't do anything. CeeDee Lamb, just, pedestrian day. A lot of this in garbage time. But the Lions, man, holy shit. They were kicking ass there. Defense did a good job. Jared Goff was really sharp. 3 touchdowns for him. David Montgomery had another 2 touchdowns. This was just This was a little bit of payback for last year with the Lions. But the Lions did lose Aiden Hutchinson for the season. Snapped his tibia. It was gross watching it. So that's a big blow to them. But a huge game next week for the Lions against the Vikings coming off a bye. And the NFC North, guys, I'll tell you what, that's a damn good division. Definitely the best in football. Last place, in quotation mark, 4-2 on the season. Holy crap, but the Cowboys are awful. This is a bad football team. They are not making the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, I will be floored. They got to blow this bad boy up. I don't know what you're going to do. Jerry just needs to go away. You're never winning with Jerry. It's very simple. Mike McCarthy, a lame duck head coach. Lions, welcome back, though. The offense looking really, really sharp like we were expecting. All right, Falcons take care of business in Carolina. And this game was kind of weird, kind of close for most of this game. It was 28-20 going into the fourth quarter. But Falcons take care of business, outscore them 10-0 in the fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins, a fine day, 225 touchdown. Tyler Algier, over 100 yards rushing, and Bijan, 96 yards rushing. 3 touchdowns between the two of them. This is what Falcon fantasy fans have wanted to see, baby. That's what we're talking about. That's toting the rock right there. We know we're getting out of Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, another nice, solid day. Andy Dalton, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. It's a couple awful picks from Andy Dalton. Deontay Johnson had a nice touchdown. 8 yards. The Carolina is definitely way more competent with Dalton at quarterback. I feel bad for Bryce Young. It's just been a train wreck. Drake London had a nice day. Kyle Pitts had a nice day. Darnell Mooney was fine. It was just, Falcons took care of business. Division game on the road. 10 days off. Maybe you would have liked to see it a little bit better, but can't complain. 38 points scored. Defense had a couple turnovers, like I said. So I'm happy. I'm a Falcons fan. 4-2 first place. And you already have the win over Tampa Bay. So you're in first place right now with the tiebreakers and a win over the Saints. Man, Falcons are cooking. They've beaten everybody in the NFC South. Okay, and finally, this sleepy Sunday night game. This game was bad, man. This was tough to watch. 7-0 most of this game, then 10-7 for a good chunk of it. Bengals win 17-7. Giants missed 2 field goals on their last 2 drives to make this thing close. Joe Burrow skirting for like a 50-yard, 60-yard touchdown. What did Joe Burrow have on the ground? He had like a 47-yard touchdown for Joe Burrow on the first drive of the game. Kick it off. Joe Shiesty is the man. But then after that, nothing. Chase Brown, 53 yards. He busted one late to get that touchdown. So they did essentially nothing on the ground with their running backs. Again, T. Higgins, pretty nice day. Jamar Chase, okay, he dropped a couple passes there. This was just ugly, but good for the Bengals defense. Bengals defense stepped up. The Giants literally had nobody on offense. I mean, it was Tyrone Tracy and the Daniel Jones show. Darius Slayton, again. Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean, it's like they're pretty limited with no Malik Neighbors, no Devin Singletary, even though Tyrone Tracy is he's okay. He's not a bad backup running back, but yeah, this was just hard to watch. The Giants defense was pretty good again. We know the Bengals offense is good, but the Bengals defense is bad, and they did a good job today. So it was a pretty ugly game. The Bengals needed to save their season. Giants, nobody expects the Giants to be any sort of good, but that's going to do it for us today. Let me know what you guys think. What did you see from this Sunday afternoon? We got a Monday night game tomorrow night. Who is tomorrow night? I can't even remember who's the Monday night game. We got somebody good. We'll figure it out. Somebody, oh, the Jets and the Bills. What am I doing? Jets and the Bills, of course. That's the Monday night game. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on this video. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We got new sports content every single day. If you want to support the channel more, sign up for a channel membership. You get all sorts of access to cool perks. Help support me. Allows me to keep making this great stuff for you guys every single day. Be on the lookout for the power rankings coming out Tuesday morning. We are week 6 power rankings. Yeah, get like, subscribe, and share. I'll see y'all tomorrow.